Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to answer one of my viewers' question about how to be more attractive to females. So this is a very difficult question to answer, something I normally wouldn't want to give advice on. I don't think along those lines. I don't go out of my way to try to be attractive to anyone. So I think that in itself is part of the answer that I'll give you. Anytime you're trying to do something in hopes of getting a certain reaction from someone else, in my opinion, you're already failing. Okay, people see right through that bullshit. And by not doing that, by actually doing the opposite and being your real true self, I believe you'll already have separated and distinguished yourself from the rest, because the rest are basically full of shit and all reading the same exact script, the one that is trying to impress the females. Okay? So some of the things I'd advise you to do is, first and foremost, get yourself into good physical shape. Okay? Because being in good shape as a visual, we need to understand that as humans, we are visual creatures, meaning our first thoughts about someone are generally going to be based on their physical appearance, the visual. So if you're in good shape and carry yourself well, people see that. And again, you've separated yourself from the rest in another small way, because people know that there is a lot of hard work, a lot of discipline required into doing that. So females will respond positively to that, I believe, partly because they like the way you look. They like being with or next to a man who others see as strong, but also because they have within them instinctual urges towards selecting the best mate for them to have children with. And a lot of that is going to be based on the visual, the exterior, and how you actually carry your body weight. Whether it's sloppy, whether it's just straight out fat, or whether generally people would look at you and say, okay, this is someone who takes good care of himself and is very health conscious. So there are a lot of benefits, obviously, to being in good shape. So that's something I'd suggest definitely. There's no excuse not to be. Another thing I would advise is to educate yourself. Be smart. The worst thing that I think could happen in a conversation with a woman is you sounding stupid. A discussion taking place and you trying to interject something and it either not being appropriate or it being completely wrong and stupid. It's not a good look for you. You know what I'm saying? So intelligence is actually a very, very strong thing with regard to what women will respond to. They really, really like intelligent guys. I would go so far as to say that a woman would choose a very smart person with a good personality who does not have the looks, does not have the physique, the face that generally people would say is a great looking guy. I think that they would choose that person over the perfect physique, wonderful looking man who is a fucking moron and an idiot and who has nothing to offer intellectually. All right? So combine the two is your best method of approach here. Be very intelligent, be very worldly in what kind of knowledge you possess, understand a lot of different things, and be in good physical shape. Okay? So another thing that I'd suggest is, going back to what I said in the beginning, in not trying to directly impress anyone, just find out who you really are yourself. Because the thing that I think would attract women more so than any other is self-confidence. If you're confident in who you are, you will attract people to you, both men and female. You will attract people to you. Your confidence in itself exudes like an energy where people are going to be drawn to you. And women especially, they like that. When they see you and they see that you're comfortable in who you are, you're not trying to impress anyone at all. You're not the kind of person who's going to be lying to them, giving them bullshit to try to get them in bed. They respond to that by having interest in you. They want to know, who is this person and why is he so confident in himself? They want to get to know you. So that's another important point. And something else I just touched on is, don't be like everybody else with regard to just trying to get in these girls' pants. That's a pathetic fucking thing that I see when men are, 9 out of 10 in my opinion, are all about the same thing. They're just trying to sleep with these girls. And of course there are girls that will respond well to that. They're called whores. I myself, I'm not attracted to whores. I'm not into sluts. I'm not into girls that just want to sleep around. So if I'm going to get to know someone, I want to get to know them for something more than that. Eventually, of course, that usually happens. But it shouldn't be your first motive. It should not be. So if you're the kind of person who, when you see a girl, the first thing you're thinking about is having sex with her, you need to address that and understand that the only type girl that you'll ever attract to you, being the way you are, is the female version of you, which is a fucking whore. And it's not a good thing. That's not the kind of girl you want. Maybe you do now at this point in your life, but eventually you will mature and you will realize that those girls are trash. They're a dime a dozen. They're not about or worth anything. So if you want a real good woman, you need to be good yourself, okay? And you also need to be good to her. You need to have true motives. You need to want to get to know who this person is. So that's another very important thing, guys, that I'd encourage you to really think about. And the last point that I'll make in this video is to not be a liar. For me, from my perspective, it seems that almost everyone that I know, that I encounter in life, lies. They all fucking lie. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from females that they tell me that the reason they want me and the reason why they see me as so much different than everyone else is just that one thing. They say, you're the only person that has never ever lied to me. Regardless of what the topic was, what the lie was about, you have never fucking lied to me. So just be honest, and that's something that should apply always, under every circumstance, and not just towards women, towards everything in life. There's no purpose in lying. And when you do lie, you need to constantly come up with other lies to support the first one. And then you end up living in a world of fucking false reality where all you're trying to do is juggle these lies and what lie you told to who, and it's such garbage. And I can't imagine living like that. All right? So I'll wrap this video up, guys. There's a lot of other things I'm sure I haven't thought about. I just randomly decided to answer this one. But basically, be yourself is the most important thing. Don't be fake. Don't be like all these other fucking punks out there. And keep yourself in good physical, intellectual, and emotional states. And that will basically be your most attractive form to females. All right? So I hope this video helped in some way. Please share and add some comments, guys. If you have some better advice for this viewer, please share. I'm sure he's interested in that as well. Thanks for listening.